Can I help you?
Hey.
Oh, you're Taylor's friend.
Yeah, Trisha. Hi.
Hi. Oh, sorry about that here.
It's no problem.
So what, you're out for a ride?
Yep. I do my best thinking on a bike. I think it knows better than me where I might find the answers.
It brought you here, huh?
Yep.
So, is there something you want to ask me?
Yeah, a lot of things.
About Taylor?
No, about Ridge. And Brooke.
Hey. Hello.
Come on in. Hey, don't suppose you're hungry?
No. I was just in the neighborhood and I thought I'd take the chance you might be home.
Ah, where'd you think I'd be? The Bridges?
No, actually, I spoke with him on the phone earlier and he told me they'd given you the night off.
Oh.
Now, what is a beautiful girl like you doing home without a date?
Well, that was the plan. Actually, believe it or not, I had 2 dates scheduled for this evening. Yeah, I was supposed to go out with Dr. McLean for dinner. And then after that, I was going to spend some time with CJ.
Wasn't McLean Taylor's doctor?
Yeah,
Oh.
and my mentor for the pre-med program. At least he was. He said he was going to back off that now that we're dating. If we still are. Oh my God, this is so confusing.
Well, why wouldn't you be dating?
He's Margot Lindley's son.
You don't mean the boy that she had with Clark?
Yeah. CJ's half-brother.
Oh, wow.
What are the odds of that, huh?
Well, this is really quite a predicament, isn't it? What are the boys going to do about it?
Well, so far the plan seems to be to bicker each other into submission. Ugh, I couldn't handle it. I sent them off to learn how to play nice. Want something to drink?
No, thanks. Listen, there's a great French movie around the corner. You want to go?
Oh, I would have loved to. I just have so much studying to do. I think I'm just gonna go back to Ridge's and go to bed early.
Are you sleeping over there every night?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, he asked me to, and it seems to make the kids feel a little bit better.
Good. How do you think he's doing?
You look tired.
I'm not getting much sleep.
Well, that's probably normal.
Standard grieving protocol, according to Tricia.
Trisha?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, I just came from seeing her.
Oh, really? Is she helping you too?
No, she's joining in on Stephanie's chorus. Everybody seems to be lashing out at me.
Brooke.
Even Thomas.
You can't take that stuff personally, though.
Rich, I thought I could help. I really did. Now, if I'm gonna just make things worse, please tell me. You have to be honest with me.
I'm always honest with you, Brooke.
Do you want me to leave you alone? Because if that's what you want, Ridge, that's what I'll do. Just give me the word, and I'll be gone.
Ridge always puts up a brave front for me, but I know he's in a lot of pain.
He hides it really well. Most of the time.
Well, he's always had a tendency to do that. Something bothers him, he pushes it aside and focuses on something else. I don't necessarily think that's really healthy.
Well, I guess it could be helpful in some situations.
And foolish in others. Pain and grief need to be addressed. Speaking of which, has your mother been by to see him again?
Brooke, if I didn't want you here, you wouldn't be here, okay? What's with all this doubt and insecurity all of a sudden?
Everybody seems to think that every move I make is so wrong.
Never would have bothered you before?
Yeah, well, I think I hid it better.
No. Something's changed.
Yes, a lot has changed. Things happened this summer that made me look at who I was and the choices I was making in life.
Things happened. You mean Hope?
I just want to be the mother that she deserves. The kind of mother Taylor was.
There's more than one way to be a good mother.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of ways to screw it up, too. And the problem is, I never really knew the difference until it was too late.
Is that why you've let Mother get so close? You've hired her on as your conscience?
I trust her instincts more than my own, especially with the children. But when it comes to you and me, she thinks that by reaching out to you, I'm going to hurt you, and the children, and my child. Now, do I listen to that, or do I listen to the voice inside of me that's saying this is where I belong?
Oh, here.
Thanks.
So, Ridge and Brooke, huh? It's not my favorite subject.
That's understandable.
So, you know the history. Well, obviously, or you wouldn't be here.
Just the basics. That your marriage ended because she couldn't get over your brother. And from what I've seen, she still hasn't.
So, you've been talking to Brooke.
She called me over to her office tonight and wanted my help. She was upset because Thomas had heard some negative things people were saying about her. And she thought it was my responsibility to protect him by putting a stop to all that.
Oh, so you'd be protecting Thomas.
Well, she says that she just wants to be friends with Ridge, and she can't understand why anyone would object.
What did you say?
That I thought she should keep her distance.
Well, I bet she loved hearing that.
Well, maybe I shouldn't have said it. That's why I wanted to talk to you. You're so much more familiar with that relationship than I am.
Yeah, for better or worse.
Well, who's right? I mean, Brooke goes on and on about this deep, soul-sustaining love and friendship that goes back for years. And your mother, on the other hand, describes the exact opposite. An unhealthy obsession that's been destructive and hurtful. And my training and experience tells me that Ridge needs to redefine himself. He needs to heal this wound. That any involvement with Brooke right now would just be a distraction, a crutch. But maybe it's not my professional opinion. Maybe my own personal feelings are getting in the way. Is my judgment being clouded by my own?
Your own attraction to Ridge?
My mother?
Yes, your mother. Your mother. I was hoping that she would stay away after what happened the other day with Thomas.
Yeah, that was pretty upsetting.
And avoidable.
Well, Stephanie, to be fair, nobody could have predicted he'd have that kind of reaction to her.
She knew better. I warned her about that. Bridget, I really want to believe that your mother's changed. I want to believe that at long last, she is capable of putting someone else's needs before herself. But let's be realistic about this, okay? If she starts interfering, I want you to warn me about it, and I'll take care of it.
Stephanie, I'm not your spy.
Never thought I'd hear you talk this way. I think I like it.
So you enjoy seeing me as an emotional wreck?
I think we just have the same lessons to learn.
What lesson?
That following your instincts without thinking can get you in one hell of a mess. Like my instincts told me that Amber was a lying, manipulative slut. It wasn't worth Taylor helping her. Well, I followed my instincts all right. I lost my wife. What have you lost?
My daughter.
Come on, Brooke, you haven't lost Bridget.
It's getting better, but it's not the same. She doesn't trust me anymore. And I certainly can't blame her. I've let her down so many times.
But you can win back that trust. Just by doing what you're doing, learning to think before you act. But keeping my eye on you, you know.
You have?
Yeah. The way you handled Whip. Being on your own, I know that's not something that's been easy for you.
No.
You got your stable of guys, each of them in love with you. Whip, Thorne, Dad.
Eric said something?
No, he didn't have to. He's got you living across the courtyard. Who wouldn't have been tempted?
Well, nothing happened, Rich. That would have been so wrong.
See, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. The old you would have jumped in head first and thought about the consequences later. See, so you are learning. And if all this is because of Hope and that whole situation, I mean, it had to be painful and probably pretty confusing. But it sure seems like it was worth it. I think you should be damn proud of yourself.
Oh my God. Where did you get an idea like that?
So you're saying you're not attracted to Rich?
Of course not. It's a professional relationship.
Well, that's how he and Taylor started out, you know. She was helping him get over the death of his first wife.
Well, I'm not Taylor, okay?
Okay. So, what are these personal feelings you're wrestling with?
Taylor was my friend. And I love her, and I am mourning her right along with everyone else. And if I'm honest, maybe there's a part of me that doesn't want Ridge to move on too quickly. And maybe it's not out of concern for him, but...
Out of loyalty to Taylor?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible. I believe that Brooke hurts Ridge more than she helps him because I need to. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your opinion is of Ridge and Brooke's or mine or Mother's or anybody else's. Because whatever we decide they are, healthy, unhealthy, sane, insane, beautiful or sick, they're going to get back together, Trish, because that is what they do. It's like the tide rolling in. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just nature. You wanted my thoughts? There you go.
I'm not asking you to spy for me.
That's sure what it sounded like.
Bridget, I'm concerned for my son.
We all are, including my mother.
If your mother were really concerned about Ridge, she would do what's best for him.
Who's to say what that is?
Oh, Bridget.
No, I'm serious. My mother and Ridge have been friends for years. She knows him better than just about anyone.
Oh, really?
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
Your mother has it in her head that whatever she does is for Ridge's sake.
And?
Well, that's preposterous.
Why?
Why? Do I really have to remind you how obsessive your mother can be?
Stephanie, his wife just died. She honestly feels terrible for him.
Your mother is thrilled. And if you're going to close your eyes to this, I can't stop you. But I am not going to stand by and have her go after my son. I am just not going to allow it.
Stephanie. Stephanie. Damn it.
Giving me all this advice, you know who you sound like?
Who would that be?
Taylor. I talked to her in the hospital, and she was so kind and so encouraging. It really meant a lot to me.
I'm just hoping that she rubbed off on me somehow.
Oh, yes, she did, definitely. The way you were talking to me and looking at me, with no judgment, no condemnation. That's exactly what I needed. Oh, my God.
What?
I came here to help you, and you're helping me. As if my problems can even compare to yours. I'm sorry, Ridge.
Oh, Brooke, this...
Look at me, what a mess I am.
Logan, come on.
Just shoot me. Put me out of my misery, okay? I didn't say that. Did I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
Yes, it's okay. It's all right.
Really?
Yes, really. It's all right.
It's been a long time since I've heard you laugh.
Yeah, I guess so. First time since Taylor died. It does feel good to laugh again, though.